Hey guys, starting a new video here. The next and last big project, well, not last of the year, we'll see, but last of the framing is, of course, this roof right here. 14, basically 14 feet wide, so 7 and 7 on the rafters. What you see behind me is what we did today. We built a little tower, and that's going to hold our rafter beam, which is a beam that'll just a 2x8 that'll go in between that and then swing over up front here. I don't know if you can see it with the sun, but right behind me we put one at this side of the house. One's going there, one's going on the front of the loft, and one will go at the back end of the house here on this wall. So be 4 of them, and there'll be a cross, kind of a cross thing across, but up here, and the beam will fit in there, sit on that, and that's our ridge board, and that's how you start. We'll start our roof, and we'll do the rafters. So they'll go from this side and up to that. So it'll create that ridge, which is a 5/12 pitch, and then we'll do the same on this side, and it'll go over to that back wall behind me here, and that'll create the gable roof. So yeah, so it was a little bit of figuring today. We did some other, what else did we do? We straightened this wall. This wall was a little out of plumb, so what we did is, I don't know if you can see that either, there's like a little pink string mason line, and we hung it down there, and then had to do some, you see those braces, we had to push against them to push the wall out. It mainly needed to be out a 1/4 of an inch, so not too bad, but we had to work it and get that. So this string is sitting on the inside of this board all the way down, so we know we're square. We know that wall's square because we already put the roof on the other side of it, and we squared it when we did that one. So we think we're good. Tomorrow is Sunday. We're going with some friends to Idaho Falls to, he's got a trailer, so we're just gonna make a day of it. They got some shopping to do. We'll head to Lowe's, get some lumber for this. We're gonna go with 2x6s, so we need to get some. We have a lot, but not enough to do all the rafters. And then we got to get the ridge board or beam, and that's 40 feet long, so that's why we're breaking it up into all these sections. I think 16 is the largest we can get at Home Depot or Lowe's. So we'll get those, cut them, and they'll all fit together in there, and we'll start our roof hopefully on Monday. Expecting rain this week, so we'll see. Probably won't see you tomorrow, but on Monday. And by the way, we were helping our friend who we're going to Idaho Falls with tomorrow. We helped him do a roof in Afton and learned a lot about laying metal roofs, so it was a really good experience. We volunteered, he needed the help, so it worked out pretty good. He really taught us a lot of tricks of the trade and stuff. So, and he's also going to return the favor and help us where we need it here on this roof. So looks like it'll work out good. So we'll probably talk to you on Monday then. And Monday will be August 1st. So we've actually been doing this about 6 weeks as a Monday, I'd say. So not bad for 6 weeks that we just have the roof left to do. So give that a couple weeks, see if we can get that done. Maybe quicker, but I have no idea. Never did that before. We'll see how it goes. All right. We'll see you on Monday when it all starts. Morning, guys. Had a nice day in Idaho Falls yesterday, getting supplies and doing some shopping with friends. So I'm just looking out the window here. We're just getting our measurements, brought our lumber over. First, we got to put the top plates on the second up, those walls up there. So we were just doing some figuring. Shannon's heading up there. I got the pieces up there ready to put up. We'll do this, start out with that long wall, or the short wall right here, and then we'll come out these 2 walls. And then we can start putting our ridge beam finishing that up today. It's supposed to be a cloudy day. It's gonna be warm, but it'll be decent without that sun. It looks a little sunnier now though, but it is looking pretty cloudy from what I see. And this week is actually supposed to be a cloudy, somewhat rainy week, especially later, and we're gonna get some cooler weather, so that'll help too. So the thing is, this week is roof. And our one friend has already dropped off some lumber yesterday that we were hauled in his trailer from Idaho Falls, and he just brought it back up here this morning, and he told us he'll be able to help us probably Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, depending on the weather. So that's our plan right now. We'll get to it. Hey guys, just wanted to catch you up on what we've done yesterday. Took us almost pretty much the whole day to do that top plate up there. And then today we got our ridge beam put in the morning, which took a while. But then our friend Steve came over, and he knows how to kind of lay out the rafters and get going on this. So we got one cut, it looked good. We did all our planning and came down and we put one here and then this one, and they were both the same. So we figured the rest of this roof lines up perfect. So we cut some more, put those up. Shannon and him put those up today. I was the cut man. So it worked out good this afternoon. So I'd say we are probably 1/6 of our rafters that we have to do. I think it's like 60 rafters, and we did about 10 of them today. So anyways, good start, August 1st, and things are starting to come together. Got a little bit of rain last night, and it's funny now seeing only this part of the floor where the ceiling is open up still is really wet when we come in here. So less and less every time, yay. But we are supposed to have there's clouds moving in right now, and then a rainy day, somewhat rainy day tomorrow. So looks like weather's moving in right now, so yeah. So we're gonna try to get the rest of this side done tomorrow, and I'm sorry I didn't film it, but we'll try to film that tomorrow, matching these rafters, and then we can move our scaffolding down to the next section. We think that's the easiest way to do this, so that's what we're gonna do. Took this. All right, after a day, almost day and a half of rain, we came out here yesterday, did this part, this half. Didn't get much done. I had to keep going in and changing clothes because we were getting wet, and we finally called it. So this morning we caught back up, put a couple more rafters on this side, then came over to this side and laid our next section of beam. Shannon's got the lines laid out, and we actually put a couple of more rafters in. So we're moving along, it's slowly but surely, but if we can get this side done, we'll be over to the loft, and that's the easy part. And then we got to do this side up to the loft. So I'll give you a perspective of how it looks from the outside. It's really starting to take shape and look like a house. So you can see the clouds out here. Still feeling drops here and there, but it was pretty foggy this morning again. You see them pretty dark over there. They're calling for rain this afternoon, so may move back in, but we're gonna just keep working. But oh, and the other day I took the brush cutter, cut all this stuff down. It was all scraggly weed stuff that we don't like, and this is the stuff that we like, because once we cut it like a lawn, it'll look like a lawn. It's actually hay. There is some grasses in here, but some people just cut it with a lawnmower and it looks just like grass. So we're gonna do some more of that planting. Shannon takes some of these seeds and just puts them in areas where we don't have a lot of grass showing or a lot of weeds, and it'll come back really good the following year. Put this into you. It's a good shot of it. See, it's starting to take shape. You see the triangle up there, and then when that porch comes off the front of the house, I mean, it looks a little unbalanced, I would say, if anything, but once that porch comes off at the same roof line as the right side lower, it'll look perfect. So we're pretty happy. So we got about halfway across on one side. The other side's maybe a quarter, but we just are getting socked in, and it's rained pretty much most of the afternoon. But these clouds just push up against that mountain. It looks so cool. It's supposed to rain overnight a little and into tomorrow morning. Hopefully start pulling out of here. We got to get back to it. Get that done. All right, morning guys. We get to see the sun again. So we had about 3 days of just rainy, off again, on again rain. And then it started off pretty foggy this morning. It's probably close to 10 a.m. So we've been busy though, even in the rain. As you can see, the rafters were more than 3/4 of the way. We just have, I think it's a dozen more to do right here. So we just set up our board that's gonna hold our last beam, section of beam, to there, and then 12 more rafters and we're done. Then we just got to do those 2-foot overhangs like we did on the lower roof, and the fascia board across, and we can start sheathing this, and then everything will be covered. Yay. So sorry I didn't video it because it was just a misty rain all the time. We had changed clothes like 3 times one day, just getting wet, but just kept it going. And the other thing is you have to keep sweeping all the rain off. This floor dries up pretty quick, luckily, and they do put a coating on this to make it somewhat waterproof. It's not supposed to sit in water, so we try to sweep it as much as we could, and out the 2 doors. So I'm gonna set up the camera and you'll see us how we put these rafters in one at a time. So, all right. All right, guys, we just cut our last middle beam that goes across that last section. So we're gonna put that up. I just brought it up to Shannon. And so we'll hang that right now. We got a friend over for a play date. That's Luna. And that's our friend Steve and Eileen's dog. And Steve's here helping us. Eileen should be here shortly. They love playing with Luna. All right, end of a long day. So luckily it wasn't too hot. It was very nice breeze up there on the loft, but we got the last one in about 6 o'clock tonight. And next we'll be doing our subfascia on the front, and that's the board that goes across the front of the ends of all the rafters on both sides. We have to do some measure, lay a string line along there, make sure it's nice and straight, and cut any ones that aren't. And then we'll do the 2-foot overhangs on this and then this side here. And then we'll be ready to sheet it. Oh, and blocking. Put some blocking up there. So, yeah, that'll come in the next couple of days. And we'll hopefully have it sheeted by the end of next week. Then it'll be out of the weather. And we are going camping this week, so for a couple of days. So I'm giving it a week, hopefully, and we'll see this all covered. Morning, guys. I think what I'm going to do is stop our video here, and like I showed you, all the rafters are in. That was yesterday. Today we're going to start. You just don't put sheeting on the roof once you're done. You have to, there's some blocking that has to go in. There's hurricane straps. Those can go in after the sheeting, but we got to do the subfascia, the gable end walls, which are the end wall that is created once you put these rafters up. You got like a triangle sitting up there. You got to put frame it just like a wall, sheet it on the outside, and then have those 2-foot overhangs that we have on the lower roof. Those have to go on too. So there's a lot of little stuff that has to be done before we start sheeting. So I think I'm going to start that in another video. So this is more about the rafters, which I didn't get to show a lot. We had our friend Steve, as you saw yesterday, who's helped us a lot. And when he's here, he can really help us along and stuff. So I have to keep up. I was the cut person feeding rafters up to Shannon and Steve, and they were putting them in. So I just can't stop and start a video. I tried to, and just ran out of time. And I got a little bit of what you saw yesterday. So, but everything's in. We're looking good. Shannon's out doing weeds right now since it rained pretty good. We had a big thunderstorm last night, so it's a good time to spray the last of the weeds on our driveway, which is another project. We're going to have some gravel delivered shortly here, and it's a top base for our driveway and should make it much nicer to go up and down and to walk on too. So she's out there doing that, getting that done. So I'm just cleaning up the water from last night. As you can see, when it rains, we get puddles up here, and we try to keep this floor dry as possible. So I'll sweep that off real quick, set everything up for today, and we'll start working on this gable wall, which you'll see in the next video. So give me a thumbs up, keep watching, subscribe button, hit that if you haven't subscribed, and we'll see you on the next video.